from the beginning of time, my idea, my process is to come up with a concept that takes some of this music that's not really tangible, that maybe, you know, Andy, you've never probably heard of a wind ensemble. If you come to our concert, you're probably going to leave loving it, because we take something that's so abstract, like the contemporary music, and we apply something that's very, very tangible. And this season, of course, just happens to be colors. The second color was crimson, which we'll talk about, I think, and the holiday concert was frost, and that brings us to purple now.
Cool.
And so the entire idea is we take the color, I've taken the overall ideal of what the colors mean. In society, of course, purple means nobility, wisdom, royalty. It is the rarest color in nature. And so taking all these elements, I've taken music and looked at compositions that composers have created that fit into basically illuminating the human experience. It's not necessarily that each piece has purple in it, but the overall idea of humans applying or appliquing words or definitions to the colors, and then basically backtracking and programming from that standpoint. So that's pretty much the process and how we arrived at purple.
I really can see in my mind's eye what you're saying. As if you want some more information on the Desert Winds, you can go to their website, thedesertwinds.org. And you can get ticket information for upcoming performances. Is their Colorations season, I guess we can call that. And coming up on the 28th of February at the Cheyenne campus of CSN, the Horn Theater, will be the Colorations in Purple. So you want to get tickets for that. I hope you're enjoying everything you're here. I sure am. Very intriguing. And if you know what Desert Winds are, take part in this series. And if you're not sure what Desert Winds are, I hope this program will sway you to go enjoy a performance of the Desert Winds. Let me ask you, Charles, what was the inspiration behind the program selections for your upcoming presentation, Colorations in Purple?
Well, thinking about through all the ideals of purple, and having purple be the rarest color in nature, I mentioned earlier, finding music that actually emulated this. Of course, there is Purple Rain on the concert. We are doing. We're doing Purple Rain, and of course, the Friends in the Fourth Row actually sponsored that piece. Phyllis organized this amazing group of people and I had nothing to do with it. So it makes me really excited when I didn't have anything to do with something. Somebody takes initiative and they just create something.
That's great.
And these people have been to every concert for the last 2 years, and they love us. And Phyllis, thank you so much for doing that. But creating a concert around this concert is a deep concert. February, of course, is Black History Month. And this is not necessarily a Black History Month concert, but the color of nobility and wisdom and looking back in the human experience. We're doing a piece, Up to the Mountain, which is a reflection on Martin Luther King's very last speech before he was assassinated. We're doing a piece called A Movement for Rosa, which commemorates Rosa Parks. And David Irish from Palo Verde High School is actually guest conducting on the program and conducting that. Give Us This Day by David Maslanka is actually my first piece that I've ever conducted by the composer. The composer it's a short symphony for wind ensemble, and the piece, Give Us This Day, is, of course, the text is biblical, but the music is actually Buddhist. And so the entire ideal behind that particular piece of music is a person reflecting on themselves and realizing what they, as one small person, does to the entire collective of the world, and basically looking at the earth and what their relationship, the person's relationship, is with the earth, and how they affect things. So it's a reflection on yourself. It's a reflection of looking at yourself and how you actually impact society and your community. And it's a really important concert. And of course, I love Purple Rain. Mark MacArthur is the sax professor at UNLV. He's my principal saxophonist, and I won't say this to anybody else. I'm announcing it here, but he just, when he plays, the ensemble was like, "Why are we doing Purple Rain?" You know, you can't do a Purple concert without Purple Rain, and that entire piece. That piece of music has a huge part. It holds a place in history, music history. That movie, of course, by Prince was amazing. The piece is very important. And then probably the most important piece on the concert is we have Pete Meechan coming in. He's a British composer that contacted me, and he said, "Hey, I've been looking at your videos. I've been listening to your ensemble. I want to write something for you." And he wrote this piece called Forgotten Children. In the UK, of course, they see pictures of the Syrian war, and so he heard the story of the 16,000 children being incinerated by chemical weapons, and so he wrote this very, very poignant piece on those children, and in the piece, there's a simulation of the souls basically rising from the earth and from the bodies. It's very deep, it's sad, it's seemingly morbid, but it actually is very reflective. The entire program comes together with that piece quite nicely to give you a positive reflection on what it is that society is doing. It's important that we remember we as individuals do impact the world around us. And he's actually flying in for the world premiere of the piece.